Hello, everyone. Hola, Najon, and bonjour. Hello, it's Miss Bobette here, and I am here for Read Aloud time. And guess what I'll be reading? You guessed it, a book. And look at the book I chose today, you guys. It's called Amazing Grace. And of course, it's one of Miss Bobette's favorites. So I hope you enjoy it. I also brought along, look who I have here. It's Grace. Yes, I'm so glad Grace came to sit in and watch and listen. Grace, can you sit up there without falling? Let's see. Let me prop you up a little bit. Is that okay? There you go. Now you can hear the story. Miss Bobette's going to read your book. Get your foot right. There you go, girl. This is the front. This is the back. Oh, look at the ballerina. Great. That's Grace. She's pretending to be a ballerina. And this is called the spine. And the spine does what? The spine holds all the pages together. Again, this book is called Amazing Grace. It's by Mary Hoffman and Caroline Binch. I don't know if Caroline drew the pictures, but wait till you see the pictures. The illustrations are beautiful in this book. Look at that. Amazing Grace. There she is. Grace was a girl who loved stories. She didn't mind if they were read to her or told to her or made up in her own head. She didn't care if they were in books or movies or out of Nana's long memory. That must be Nana. That's her grandma. She calls her Nana. Some grandmas are Gigi, Big Ma, Granny, Grandma. But she's a Nana. Grace just loved stories. After she had heard them, and sometimes while they were still going on, Grace would act them out, and she always gave herself the most exciting parts. She's listening so attentively. Look at her baby doll. And there's her kitty cat. Grace went into battle as Joan of Arc, and she wove a wicked web as Anansi in the spider. Told you there's some pretty pictures in this book. It's beautiful. She hid inside the wooden horse at the gates of Troy. She went exploring for lost kingdoms. She sailed the 7 seas with a peg leg and a parrot. See, she's got her parrot taped to her shirt, her shoulder. So cute. She was Hiawatha, sitting by the shining Big Sea water, and Mowgli in the backyard jungle. Most of all, Grace loved to act out adventure stories and fairy tales. When there was no one else around, Grace played all the parts herself. She set out to seek her fortune with no companion but her trusty cat, and found a city with streets paved in gold. Or she was Aladdin, rubbing his magic lamp to make the genie appear. Look at that pretty sunflower. She's got on her rain boots. Sometimes she could get Ma and Nana to join in when they weren't too busy. Then she was Dr. Grace, and their lives were in her hands. Now she's pretending to be a doctor. Look at the wooden spoon she's using to check her mama's heart. Like that's a stethoscope. You see it? She's using her imagination good. She wrapped her leg up, her mama's leg, or her Nana's leg. Well, or no, that's her Nana. And she wrapped up her mommy's head. Dr. Grace. Look at the cat. He's having fun too. One day, Grace's teacher said they would do the play Peter Pan. Grace knew who she wanted to be. When she raised her hand, Raj said, "You can't be Peter. That's a boy's name." But Grace kept her hand up. "You can't be Peter Pan," whispered Natalie. "He isn't black." But Grace kept her hand up. All right, said the teacher. Lots of you want to be Peter Pan. So we'll have auditions next week to choose parts. She gave them words to learn. Almost everybody had their hands up. They all want to be Peter Pan. When Grace got home, she seemed sad. What's the matter? Asked Ma. Raj said I can't be Peter Pan because I'm a girl. That just shows what Raj knows, said Ma. A girl can be Peter Pan if she wants to. Grace cheered up. Then later she remembered something else. Natalie says I can't be Peter Pan because I'm black, she said. Ma looked angry. But before she could speak, Nana said, it seems that Natalie is another one who doesn't know nothing. You could be anything you want, Grace, if you put your mind to it. That's nice. They told her she could be whatever she wants to be, and it's the truth. On Saturday, Nana told Grace they were going out. In the afternoon, they caught a bus and a train into town. Nana took Grace to the Grand Theater. The sign outside read, Rosalie Wilkins in Romeo and Juliet, in sparkling lights. Are we going to the ballet, Nana? Asked Grace. We are, honey, but first I want you to look at this picture. Grace looked up and saw a beautiful young ballerina in a tutu. Above the dancer it said, Stunning New Juliet. They're going to the ballet. They're going to see Romeo and Juliet. The one little Rosalie from back home in Trinidad. That one is little Rosalie from back home in Trinidad, said Nana. Her granny and me, we grew up together on the island. She always is asking me, do I want tickets to see Rosalie dance? So this time I said yes. After the ballet, Grace played the part of Juliet, dancing around her room in her imaginary tutu. I could be anything I want, she thought. That's the same picture as back here. Grace was pretending to be Juliet. On Monday, the class met for auditions to choose who was the best for each part. When it was Grace's turn to be Peter, she knew exactly what to do and all the words to say. She had been Peter Pan all weekend. She took a deep breath and imagined herself flying. Look at her. Look at you, Grace. Girl. When it was time to vote, the class chose Raj to be Captain Hook and Natalie to be Wendy. There was no doubt who would be Peter Pan. Everyone voted for Grace. Aww. Because Grace knew her parts. Yeah, and she knew what she was doing. You were fantastic, whispered Natalie. The play was a big success, and Grace was an amazing Peter Pan. After it was all over, she said, I feel as if I could fly all the way home. You probably could, said Ma. Yes, said Nana. If Grace put her mind to it, she could do anything she wants. She's got a nice Nana and Mommy, don't she? They love her. Yes, they do. And it's the truth. You could be anything you want to be. The end. Amazing Grace. That's a good book, Grace. Thank you for sharing that book. All right. Bye-bye, everybody. See you later, alligators.